Hello and welcome. Assalamu alaikum. We're back again with another live session here on our Facebook page. This is your host, Umar Khan, and let me introduce my guest for today. To take a start with, she is still a student at Greenwich University pursuing her master's degree in media. But that's not all because when I talk about her professional life, well, she has achieved a lot in this young age, a renowned name in the beauty and fashion industry, who has her very own beauty salon. She's the CEO at Mirrors by Tazeen. Apart from that, she is a very talented makeup artist and trainer. Apart from that, she's worked with the top brands like Maybelline, Garnier, and so many more that I don't know about being a guy. But let's just talk to Hima Raza. Hello, Hima. How are you?
I'm good, Umar. How are you? Thank you so much for this absolutely wonderful introduction, and really, just it was very kind of you.
Well,
Uh,
it was a bit less for the things we have done with life, but जितना मुझे आता है for that, मैं being a guy, I don't know much brands about makeup, but we're going to learn a lot today from you, and all our listeners will actually and viewers will actually get to know a lot about makeup. So first of all, tell me, how are you spending your time in this quarantine?
It has been a little difficult in the beginning, actually, very difficult in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But Greenwich has, I mean, I'm actually doing my master's at Greenwich right now in media studies, like he just said. So the online classes have kept me quite busy, as well as the exams that we've had online, and
Mm-hmm.
for which I would really like to say, well done, Greenwich, for this amazing achievement that you pulled off. Midterms, and they happened very successfully.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I think that's a big round of applause to everybody at Greenwich and also
Mm-hmm.
the students who have done a fabulous job doing that.
Right.
So that's taken up pretty much a lot of my time
Mm-hmm.
at home. So that's been productive for me, that
Mm-hmm.
I have been able to pursue continue my studies very easily right now online. And
Right.
it's been hard, but we've everyone's been talking to each other on Zoom and other portals, so it's made you feel like 5 days, 5 hours of your day you actually doing something productive with your
Mm-hmm.
day. And it breaks the monotony of your day as well, that you're not just doing the home stuff and worrying, and
Mm-hmm.
you're actually learning something and
Right.
feeling like you're part of your classroom in a way somehow.
Right. But it's a whole different experience overall, being there in the class, like physically and attending online classes is a whole different experience. Let us know about your journey, because you are into your professional field for, I believe, over a decade now almost.
Almost 10 years, yes. So
Almost
I
10 years.
started working when I was 17 with my mom in her
Hmm.
salon.
Yeah.
And it was I had done my A levels in a year, so I had
Hmm.
a year off. So my mom was like, why don't you just start learning makeup? And that's actually when it started, that we just I don't know, unconsciously I just kept learning and going for different trainings to London and to different places. And
Hmm.
it just kind of fell into place, it just kind of happened. Louis,
So did
stop.
you
Sorry,
actually
my dog just keeps bothering me.
well, things
Yeah.
that happens in quarantine when you're at home, there are lots of things happen. There was this CNN BBC guy, his son just came into the scene right when he was going live, so it's all cool. We're all good with
Yeah.
it. So when did you realize that makeup is your thing? It is your true passion.
I think when I did it for the first time, and like you can actually make someone happy after beautifying them, and the expression that they have, that sense of feeling that you give somebody,
Mm-hmm.
that reflection that you can make in their life. I feel that was when I realized that I want to do this. And
Mm-hmm.
I think all my clients that I've worked with over these years, um, I can, with the makeup also came a story and a personality. And I think that's very important for people that are beauticians and are in the service industry, because we're actually doing a lot for other people and we find happiness in that. So
Right.
that's a very different sort of way of thinking, because now that I'm not in that usual routine of going to work, meeting so many people, I feel so, I don't know, like it's kind of like, that's my purpose. I feel happy when I'm around people, giving that kind of positive energy, which is important. And when you're like this is the best way, to do that right now. And Omar, I'm really happy again that you've done this whole session with me, that we can
Mhm.
actually positively tell people, the important things that are,
Of course, and more importantly, what's more important is during this time where we're stuck at home. We don't have that option that we can go out and work and everything else. What's important is we have to use this time to be productive. Instead, I've seen people getting frustrated, people doing getting out of line due to lots of things because they can't
hmm,
get out and they're not following the protocol that is set by our government and everything. But I think we can use this time to do a lot of stuff. We can use this time to learn a lot of new things. We can use this time to actually look at our own selves and get out of this
absolutely.
time being a very better person and improved person.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel that at this time, all the things that you couldn't do or didn't have time for, you can actually do those things now. And like for me, it's been painting, writing, cooking, just walking my dog. It's just these little things that I wanted to take out time, but I
Hmm.
never did. Or for my family, my husband, my mother,
Hmm.
who also were always so busy. So if
Right.
you look at it in a different perspective, like we're actually cooking together. कितने लोग हैं जो कह रहे हैं कि कभी जिंदगी में घर में पूरी फैमिली ने खाना नहीं बनाया, and now we're
Mhm.
always cooking together. And I think ये realization बहुत जरूरी थी हमारे लिए, like it was
Right.
really important for us to realize that.
Right, absolutely right. So, I would like you to share your experience with all the viewers out there and all the young girls who want to get into this field, or who actually want to pursue makeup as a profession. What would you like to tell them, and how should they get in, or the proper guidelines or procedures they should follow?
Okay, I feel that it's very important that you go and get trained from someone professional who also has at least 5 to 6 years of experience on them. Do
Hmm.
not waste your money on just really renowned places where you're spending a lot of money, but they're not teaching you hands-on, hands-on techniques and the practical techniques, because again, it's just it'll be better if you found someone who has 5 to 6 years of experience. And always look for good names like L'Oreal and Maybelline, companies that I would like to go for, like Mac, Ilamasca, and skin brands. You can even go into skin brands. It's not just makeup. You can go into any brand that can actually contribute to your beauty industry experience. So I just feel that when you want to go be a makeup artist, be sure to like note down what you want to achieve in a year. So if you have, say, 5 or 4 different makeup artists that you want to learn from, or different brands you want to learn from, try to get those off the list in that year. And also, it's very important to practice, practice, practice.
Right.
Everything, it's all practice. Like
Yeah, you
I've
raised a very
seen.
nice point regarding the brands that one should use, because I've seen that since we've got this internet, many of the females they've started watching tutorials, videos, and they start experimenting at home without knowing
Yeah.
about their skin, what is good for their skin, what is bad for their skin, using cheap products which
Yes.
that comes up and has a very hazardous effect on your skin. You get
Absolutely.
allergies and all.
And a
And
lot of the copy products that
yeah,
people buy off the internet, they are not approved. There's no testing, and the kind of chemicals they use, guys, if I start sending you the documentaries, you guys will think twice. So please don't follow every DIY, or even just if someone's even if influencers are selling you something, just make sure that their track record is good. try
Mm-hmm.
to be more, just try to trust, just few people and reliable people, and just make sure that everything that they're selling is not just selling, so at
Right.
least with me, I don't try to endorse products that I don't personally like or suit me. So if
Mm-hmm.
I feel that it's worked well for me, only then will I give it a review, otherwise I will.
Right. So you've collaborated with many top models of the industry. We've seen your shoots. We've seen your, a different kind of work that you do. So just talk us through about all of the things you've done.
So I have worked with a lot of the leading top magazines. I've been published in magazines like Grazia, Women's Own, People's Magazine, um, a lot of many others, and I've done morning shows and worked with a lot of models. And I guess now that I'm saying it like this, and you're saying it like this, it feels very different.
Mm-hmm.
But I can still remember the first shoot I went to and how nervous I was, and it's absolutely normal to feel that way. So it's been a journey for me. It's been a 5-year journey in the media industry for me, and it's been a good one. And I'm still getting to work with new people and well-known people, and I can only hope, inshallah, that I get to achieve a lot more. So,
Inshallah,
inshallah.
inshallah, absolutely, absolutely, you will. So now, when we talk about Hima Raza currently into the industry with all the experience, what changes have you felt within yourself before working, after working? How did all of this professional experience change you as a person?
Um, I think when you first see something from far away, you don't know what it really is. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it when I actually got to understand the media industry and how it works, there are a lot of good people, there are a lot of great people, there are also bad people. So it teaches you a lot, and I've understood how I want to work and how I want to present myself. And if you know who you are, you'll kind of understand where you're headed. So
Mm-hmm.
it's I'm still learning. That's all I can say. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still learning every day. So
Right,
and
and that's
yeah.
never end. We keep learning all the time. So we've talked a lot about your professional side. Now let's just talk about things you're doing at home, because you never get much more time at home because you're doing your studies, your professional life, and every responsibility that you have all together. But now you've got lots of time for yourself. So how have you spent that time? Cooking, spending time with
I
your
have
family?
been cooking, just spending time with my
Yeah.
family. My
Have you
husband,
experimented
obviously.
with cooking?
Sorry.
Have you experimented something new? Have you experimented
Uh,
something new with the cooking?
yes, I have. I've just been trying out different recipes that I had saved. So one by
Mm-hmm.
one, we're moving from Italian to Thai to Chinese. So we're just doing different different types of food, and also bread. Like everyone was
Mm-hmm.
making bread, so I wanted to make bread too. And I was like, I'm gonna try and make bread, and it turned out decent, but not great. I also
Okay,
ruined the dough. So
so
there.
you're actually you're actually exploring sides of you that you never got time for before. So it's like a
Yeah.
positive thing. So what would you like
Yes,
to tell
it is.
people who are in their house and they're thinking that they have nothing to do? What would you like to advise that there's so much to do that they can do so much things at home during this time? So what would be your advice?
I think firstly and first and foremost, stop watching the news all the time. That is the most important thing that I can
I
tell you
totally
guys.
agree.
And stop believing
Mm-hmm.
everything that you're watching and reading, and stop sharing these WhatsApp messages. So once you do this, I promise you, you will be able to focus your energy in other direction. Because for me, initially,
Yeah.
it was very hard with all of this constant, bombardment of news, that I was like,
True.
my brain just wasn't being able to process it. But I feel like people who like doing yoga, or people that like to run and like just jog, go out for a walk, paint, write, learn something. If there are so many online classes on different portals, you can enroll for that, and just spend time with yourself
You
and
can always
just
you can always enroll yourself to Greenwich Summer School.
absolutely summer. I'm just getting enrolled, by the way. So that's gonna
Hmm.
happen. And I'm
Right.
I'm busy with my dissertation now, so that's gonna be
Hmm.
another.
But you just spoke about the online thing, so I just want to ask you, how is your first experience of giving online exams? Because you just had your midterms and you're just about to have your full final exams online
Yeah.
from the next week, I believe. So, how was the experience of actually giving your exams online at your home?
Uh, okay, so initially it was a huge challenge. I think the first one or two times, because
Hmm.
either we weren't familiar with Zoom, or the internet wasn't working, or just technical issues. But after that went by and the teething issues were solved. Um, Greenwich had tech support for us on like WhatsApp groups, and we were having like very organized calls. So at least that way the communication was good. So at least in those regards, Greenwich was helping us. We were constantly messaging, and so now it's been quite easy, smooth. The exams went really well, and overall, it was good. It's been a good, smooth journey on online exams.
So, how do you think once we get out of this pandemic and quarantine situation, how would life change for you and for everyone else? What do you think?
I think it's going to change on a very deep level for me, at least,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, human interaction is so important on a daily basis. Like, I would see you every morning, when I'd walk into Greenwich and just come say hi, and right now talking to you is so different because I can't interact with you in the same way. So
Right.
I'm just saying that human interaction on your daily level has been so important. And now we're all like caged up in a house, not being able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't know if it's going to be that easy for us to transition back into normal life, from being in lockdown for such a long time. But gradually, I think we will follow precautions and keep a social distance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone's quite educated in that now, that we
Right.
can all follow the procedures. And I guess
Right.
that's the rest is just going to be
Yeah.
left to
Let's see.
God.
See how much longer we have all this time, to spend for ourselves and
But I
actually.
would I would really like to urge people that please stay at home
Yes.
and just practice social distancing. This is not a time to take risks that are going to be too heavy for your life. And I'm saying this because my mom is a COPD patient, right? So she has lung issues. And if your parents are sick at home and you're doing something that could be risky for them, just think
Hmm.
about their health. This is just something that I can personally say that it's a responsibility on all of us with old parents, that we should stay at home. And like, trust me, I also want to like meet my friends. I swear I want to
We
really
all
meet my
do. We
friends,
all
but
do.
but it's a hard time, and we must act responsibly. I really think that it's important that we do that.
Very well said. Very well said. So, have you made any list that things you need to do once this lockdown is over?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
need to
So,
travel.
yeah, we
I
all
need
need
to
to travel.
travel.
But then again, even if the lockdown gets over, we have no clue when the travel thing gets open, because Italy has said that they're not accepting any tourists before December 2020, and so on. Many countries have different things.
Yeah.
You can always
Yeah. So I
travel
don't
with
know if
Pakistan.
travel.
You can always
Maybe
travel
I'll
within
just.
Pakistan
Yeah,
is beautiful.
exactly. Exactly. I might just do that.
So yes,
It would
definitely.
just be nice to be able to get out and just feel a little, you know.
And I personally believe that all this situation, all the time we're spending for the past 40 days, we'll start appreciating life. We'll start appreciating the little things that we took for granted in life. And
Right.
looking at the bright side, although life has been affected, but all the natural things are being better on their own. The ozone layer has been fixed. The rivers and the lakes are being
The
green
clarity
again.
outside, the
The clarity is
pollution,
there, and
and
we're witnessing the endangered species coming back again, and the birds flying around and everything. So I think it's the humans that they need to learn a strong message from all this time.
absolutely, this is exactly what my husband says. This is what he says all the time, that, I guess sometimes you need to just get really hit hard bad to really
Hmm.
get up from all of this, and understand what you were taking for granted. And I
Hmm.
think every minute of it we took it for granted, and
Right.
that realization has really hit a lot of us. And
Hmm.
even friends, I'm sure you even have friends who are very different now in this current phase, where everyone's cherishing all the little things, and I think it is those little things that value the most.
The most important thing is you have to be positive during this time, and you have to be constructive, because if you're being negative and frustrated, you're not doing yourself a favor or anyone around you a favor either. So, like, before we leave, there's so much to talk about, but then again, your message to all the young people out there who want to pursue this field, who wants to join. You also are a trainer. How can they approach you? How can they join your sessions and so on?
You guys can follow me on my Instagram, which is Makeup by Hima Raza, and you can also find me on YouTube under Hima Raza, and also on Facebook as Makeup by Hima Raza. So I'm available on all three portals, and I keep doing videos and tutorials. And I have a really fun hair coloring tutorial coming out today in
Okay.
the evening, in the night, that I have to
Mhm.
post. So
There was a time during my teens I got my hair red and then blue, but it's been a while. I'm being sober. So,
I like
but
you
it's
like this. I like you like.
thank you, thank you.
I
Right.
like you
So,
like this.
thank you so much, Hima, for all your time.
You're
And
most
before we
welcome.
leave, one last question: your favorite memory at Greenwich, because you did your bachelor's as well, and you spent a lot of time with lots of friends of yours at Greenwich. So, your best memory at Greenwich.
The first day of each semester, when we'd come back and new semester kids would come, that would be a fun day. And then yeah, there were a lot of great memories. So that was a
I'll,
very fun day. The first day
I'll,
of
tell,
each semester.
I'll tell you my favorite moment of you, and that was the backyard, and you were sitting peacefully, and then suddenly you saw a lizard, and after that, what happened? Well,
That is
whoever was
embarrassing.
there, whoever was there must remember that scene for life. It was something that I wish I could have recorded back then.
I that reaction still happens, and I get it from my mother. So it runs in the family. We keep screaming when we see lizards.
Right. Thank you so much, Hima. I wish you all the best for all your future endeavors. We will get back again with another session, with another
Absolutely.
update, and I wish you all the best. And we'll
Thank you.
meet
Likewise.
sometime soon. Right. All right, guys.
Thank
So
you.
that was Hima Raza, renowned makeup artist, trainer, and a professional in the beauty and fashion field. And you heard all about it. And do give your feedback in the comments. We'll be back tomorrow with another guest, another show. Until next time, Pakistan Zindabad.